Aristotle quotes, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. Through discipline comes freedom. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Hope is a waking dream. The more you know you don't know. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who overcomes his enemies. Fortune favors the bold. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Happiness is a state of activity. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Where the needs of the world and your talents cross, there lies your vocation. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Happiness depends upon ourselves. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. Our problem is not that we aim too high and miss, but that we aim too low and hit. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. Whosoever is delighted in solitude, is either a wild beast or a god. A friend to all is a friend to none. Learning is not child's play, we cannot learn without pain. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. Men acquire a particular quality by constantly acting in a particular way. In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. It is not enough to win a war, it is more important to organize the peace. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The complete man must work, study and wrestle. Excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We do not act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we rather have those because we have acted rightly. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. What is the essence of life? To serve others and to do good. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. The law is reason free from passion. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. Great men are always of a nature originally melancholy. Courage is the first virtue that makes all other virtues possible. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. All communication must lead to change. Freedom is obedience to self-formulated rules. Tolerance and apathy are the last virtues of a dying society. Greatness of spirit is accompanied by simplicity and sincerity. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. Happiness does not consist in pastimes and amusements but in virtuous activities. Wit is educated insolence. Masculine republics give way to feminine democracies, and feminine democracies give way to tyranny. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. Man is by nature a political animal. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. When you ask a dumb question, you get a smart answer. Wonder implies the desire to learn. Our characters are the result of our conduct. The best way to avoid envy is to deserve the success you get. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. There is a foolish corner in the brain of the wisest man. In the arena of human life, the honors and rewards fall to those who show their good qualities in action. It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. We make war that we may live in peace. I have gained this by philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. Without friends, no one would want to live, even if he had all other goods. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. It is better for a city to be governed by a good man than by good laws. A person's life persuades better than his word. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in the consciousness that we deserve them. All teaching and all intellectual learning come about from already existing knowledge. Saying the words that come from knowledge is no sign of having it. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Our youth should also be educated with music and physical education. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. Virtue is the golden mean between two vices, the one of excess and the other of deficiency. The many are more incorruptible than the few. They are like the greater quantity of water which is less easily corrupted than a little. It is the mark of an educated mind to expect that amount of exactness which the nature of the particular subject admits. It is equally unreasonable to accept merely probable conclusions from a mathematician and to demand strict demonstration from an orator. The guest will judge better of a feast than the cook. Man is the meter of all things, the hand is the instrument of instruments, and the mind is the form of forms.